Well, hey guys, Juan here. Thanks for stopping by my channel and checking out this video. So if you're watching this, you're probably wondering what it's been like to own this soundbar after one whole month, because I know that whenever I watch any kind of tech videos or products, or if I'm looking to get a product, I like to watch the tech video and I like to watch the review videos of people that have owned this thing for a little bit of time now. And I think that it really takes a good month to tell if this product is worth it. And I'm going to give you my review on it after owning it for a month. So let's dive into some of the specifics of this thing, and then toward the end of the video I'll give you my 1 month opinion on it. The thing that sets this one apart from all the rest of them is that this one has a TV streaming built into it. Okay, so it's not just the audio portion, it gives you that video quality also, thus you don't have to have one of those streaming sticks that you stick into your TV, or you don't have to have a smart TV already. You can use this soundbar here to stream all those popular apps that you maybe watch your media from: Hulu, Disney Plus, Apple TV, etc. And so with all those highly popular apps available to download right there at your fingertips, companies are now starting to build that technology right into their media players, not just their TVs. So that makes it very convenient for us, the consumer. So after reviewing quite a few sound bars, if your objective is just simplicity, then I think the Roku might be the one that you want. Now this sound bar right here comes in at a price point of around $180 wherever you pick it up from. I will have a link in the description down below of where you can get this one. But I think that's a pretty good price point for a sound bar that will enhance your TV's sound. Now this smart sound bar enhances not only your audio but your video, but it does it all through one single remote, which I really love. I hate having to have multiple remotes. And the great thing about this soundbar is that it hooks up to any TV. You don't have to have a Roku TV. You can have a Samsung, LG, or whatever type TV you have. This soundbar will work on that. Now for just a standalone unit as a soundbar by itself, it is really good, not having, the subwoofer or some rear speakers. It does really well by itself. But if you do want a subwoofer, you can buy that as an additional add-on. And they do have wireless rear speakers that you can add to it also. So it makes it pretty versatile to maybe add on to it after a little bit of time, if that's something that's in your budget. Now the subwoofer does come in around $180, but it will give you that pumping boom bass sound that people like whenever they're watching any kind of action films or any type of explosions on their movies. That subwoofer will give you just that. And those wireless rear speakers, they come in at around $150, and they will give you that total surround sound all the way around you. I'll go ahead and put links of those two things in the description down below also. Now another good thing about the Roku is if you do lose your remote control, which I've had a habit of doing before, my kids definitely do it, you can control the TV or the streaming device through the Roku app, which is a free app that you download. Now I'm going to go ahead and give you the measurements of what this thing comes out to be, just so that you know what it would look like if you wanted to add this to your setup. A lot of tech reviewers don't do this. I don't know why, but I always like to measure things out and see what it's going to look like, underneath my TV or on top of my TV cabinet. Okay, so let's measure the length first, and it comes out to 32 inches exactly. The height of this thing comes out to, looks like about 2 15/16, so right there around 3 inches. And then the depth, if you care to know that, is 3 3/4 of an inch. So that gives you the measurements of what this soundbar is. It's a heavy soundbar. It's got some good weight to it, but it's a good looking soundbar. Now at the back of this unit, there is an HDMI ARC input along with an optical cable input. It gives you both possibilities of being able to hook up your TV that way. I myself have always been a fan of the optical cable. It's always a matter of preference, but having that HDMI ARC input is very versatile because a lot of your older TVs don't have that type of input. But this soundbar will have both of them, that way you can choose which one you want. It also has a USB port for playing any type of media files, and then on the back of it, it has the 2 screw holes if you want to wall mount this thing. Now this Roku unit does include Bluetooth as well, capability to hook up to maybe a Spotify account if you're a Spotify user. Now one of the things that this TV does lack, because I don't want to just give it all pros, I like to give cons in my review videos, is that there's no buttons on the top here. So therefore, if you did lose your remote control, you are going to be in a tough spot without having these buttons here. But you can still use that Roku app to control it. That's just one of the negatives with this. Now the awesome thing about this soundbar is that the Roku streaming video portion is built inside, so it does give you that Roku capability of streaming to 4K video. And it does have that HDR10, which means apps like Netflix or Hulu or any of those that stream that 4K HDR content, you'll be able to do that through this soundbar. Now if you are familiar with the Roku style menu here, we'll just go ahead and bring it up. It does have like the inputs and stuff if you have like a streaming stick or a Roku TV. Unfortunately, through this soundbar, it doesn't have those inputs through here, but it's just a matter of hooking this up to your TV and always running through this menu, and you don't need those inputs. You'll be able to access everything right here through the remote. But if I had to give that another negative, that would probably be another one. Real minor one. Now if you are familiar with the Roku style remote controls, this one here does have the voice activation, so that way you can press a button and voice activate it to tell it to turn on Netflix or to find a particular movie. It's built all in the remote control here. And the other great thing about this particular style remote is you can turn the TV on and off with the on button and the volume control, so therefore you only need one remote control. And on the remote itself, it does have a Netflix, a Disney Plus, a Hulu, and a Sling button. I don't know anybody that uses Sling, but those other three buttons will come in really handy. And to be honest, I like the feel of the Roku remote compared to a lot of the other remotes that I've handled. This one just feels good in the hand. All right, I want to give you guys a sound sample of what this thing sounds like. I know it's probably going to be hard to really tell through a YouTube video like this because you might be watching on your phone, or you might be watching on a computer or TV, but I want to give you guys a little glimpse of what this thing sounds like. So let's do a sound test. Okay, so last but not least, how well does this thing perform and what's my recommendation on it? I think that it is a great sound bar. It's rather loud. I mean, you don't have to turn this thing up very loud, and I think that it really blows away the TV speakers that are built into TVs nowadays. So I think that it's definitely worth the purchase of buying this thing, especially if you are a fan of the Roku streaming platform, because you get two. You get a soundbar and a streaming media player, which a lot of other soundbars out on the market don't have that capability. So that is the big thing with this soundbar that I would recommend it. And then also maybe down the line, if you do want to add a subwoofer and some wireless rear speakers, it gives you that ability to do that also, giving you some more options. And if you have all three together, you're going to have a booming, rocking sound system that I think you would thoroughly enjoy, and it'll enhance your movie watching experience or your TV shows. So comment down below. Let me know, are you going to get this thing? Or is this something that you're interested in? Or is there one out there that you think is better? I'd be interested to hear that as well. But if you like this video, go ahead and throw a thumbs up on it. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I make tech videos all the time, and I'd love to have you back in the next one. Until then, God bless and be creative.